Morakniv has been making knives in Mora, Sweden for over 130 years, and in that entire time, they have never once made a bad knife. But they have made knives that are dramatically better suited for specific people, specific budgets, and specific users than others. Today we are ranking the top 10 Morakniv models of 2026, testing them against each other across bushcraft performance, build quality, steel value, and real-world usability. And by the end of this video you will know exactly which Mora belongs in your hand. We start at number 6 and work our way down to the one knife that wins everything. Let's go! Number 6, Morakniv Eldris. Coming in at number 6, the Morakniv Eldris is the knife that breaks every rule about what a Mora is supposed to be. It is tiny, it is unconventional, and it is genuinely brilliant in a way that takes most people completely by surprise the first time they actually use one in the field. The Eldris has a 2.2-inch blade of Sandvik 12C27 stainless steel with a full flat grind, which on a blade this small produces a cutting geometry that is shockingly aggressive and precise. Bites into wood for feather sticks and tinder preparation with an efficiency that embarrasses larger knives, and the short blade length makes it incredibly controllable during detailed carving work, where a longer blade becomes a liability rather than an asset. The handle is a polymer grip with a chunky, almost ball-like shape that fills the palm and gives the hand enormous control over the blade. It looks odd in photographs, but feels completely natural the moment you pick it up. And the large swell means the knife cannot slip forward into the blade during aggressive push-cutting strokes. The Eldris comes with a polymer sheath that can be worn around the neck, on a belt, or attached to a larger sheath system, and the snap retention keeps it secure during active movement. The reason it sits at number 6 rather than higher is purely its size. The 2.2-inch blade simply cannot perform the choking, battening, and larger camp tasks that the knives above it handle without complaint. And in a pure survival scenario, where you can only carry one blade, the Eldris is too small to be your only tool. But as a neck knife, a backup blade, a craft knife for detailed wilderness work, or an introduction to fixed blade carry for someone who has never worn a fixed blade before, the Eldris is one of the most thoughtfully designed small knives Morakniv has ever produced. And at under $30, it is an extraordinary piece of Scandinavian engineering at a price that makes it a genuine no-brainer addition to any kit. Number 5, Morakniv Robust. At number 5, the Morakniv Robust is the knife that the serious outdoor working community, foresters, guides, hunters, and professional bushcraft instructors, reaches for when they need a Mora that can absorb genuine daily punishment without the premium price tag of the flagship models. And it delivers that working tool durability in a package that is refreshingly honest about exactly what it is and what it is built to do. The Robust has a 3.6-inch blade of carbon steel, not stainless, carbon, with a Scandi grind that is thicker and more convex than the standard companion grind, giving it a blade geometry that is noticeably more resistant to rolling and chipping during hard use like wood battening and repeated chopping on dense material. The spine is thick enough to produce strong sparks with a ferro rod, which is a non-negotiable capability for serious bushcrafters who understand that fire starting is a survival priority. The handle is a high-friction rubber over a polymer core, grippy in wet conditions, warm enough in cold weather to avoid the discomfort of bare metal or hard plastic, and shaped with enough finger engagement to keep the hand positioned correctly even during fatigued use. The included polymer sheath is simple but functional, with a belt loop that keeps the knife accessible, and a snap that holds secure without requiring a two-hand release. The Robust sits at number 5 rather than higher because its 3.6-inch blade, while excellent for most camp tasks, starts to feel limiting during heavy wood processing sessions where the longer blades above it maintain momentum and power more effectively. And the carbon steel, while excellent for sharpening and spark striking, requires a level of maintenance discipline that beginners sometimes underestimate, leading to surface rust in wet environments that could have been prevented with 30 seconds of oil after use. For experienced outdoors people who know how to care for carbon steel and want a professional-grade working knife at a working-class price, the Robust is one of the best value propositions in the entire Mora lineup. Number 4, Morakniv Bushcraft Black. Landing at number 4, the The Morakniv Bushcraft Black is the knife that converted an entire generation of outdoor enthusiasts to the Mora brand, the model that proved, definitively and permanently, that Scandinavian knife engineering at an accessible price point could produce a tool that genuinely competes with fixed blades costing 3 and 4 times as much. The Bushcraft Black has a 4.3-inch blade of carbon steel with a full Scandi grind that is among the most precisely executed production Scandi grinds available at any price. It produces clean, controlled wood cuts with a feedback and precision that hollow ground and convex ground blades simply cannot replicate, and it reaches a working sharp edge on a simple flat stone faster than almost any other blade steel in the production knife market. The rubber handle is a significant upgrade over the companion's grip. It is thicker, more ergonomic, has a pronounced finger groove that indexes the hand to the blade consistently, and the material stays grippy in rain, snow, and mud without the slipperiness that plagues some synthetic handles in extreme cold. The black DLC coating on the blade is not just aesthetic. It provides meaningful corrosion protection for the carbon steel underneath, extending the time between maintenance sessions, and giving the knife additional resistance to the humid conditions that are the enemy of uncoated carbon steel. The included polymer sheath is mold compatible and features a drain hole at the tip, a small detail that matters enormously when you're pulling a knife from a sheath that has been submerged, because trapped water accelerates corrosion and makes resheathing awkward. The fire starter version includes a built-in ferro rod in the sheath handle that produces a shower of sparks on every strike, a genuinely useful addition rather than a gimmick, because the sheath-mounted rod means you have fire-starting capability even if your pack is 20 feet away. The Bushcraft Black sits at number 4 because above it sit 3 knives that either improve on the steel, extend the blade geometry, or deliver the full Tang construction that serious survival practitioners demand when a knife's structural integrity can mean the difference between a manageable situation and a genuine emergency. Number 3, Morakniv Companion HD. At number 3, the Morakniv Companion HD, HD standing for heavy duty, is the knife that answers the single most common criticism ever leveled at Morakniv's iconic companion line, that the standard companion, while excellent for most tasks, has a blade that is slightly too thin and a handle that is slightly too slim for the kind of full-force bushcraft and survival use that demands absolute confidence in the tool. Morakniv listened, thickened the blade stock by 0.5 mm to reach 3.2 mm at the spine, widened the handle for a more secure grip in large gloved hands, and produced what is arguably the best entry-level to mid-range survival fixed blade available anywhere in the world for under $25. The Companion HD comes in both carbon and stainless versions. The carbon version is the one serious bushcrafters choose, because the 1.4116 carbon blend Mora uses achieves a hardness and edge retention that rewards people who take the time to maintain it, while the stainless version is the right choice for anyone operating in consistently wet environments who cannot commit to the maintenance discipline carbon steel demands. The Scandi grind on the Companion HD is precisely the same geometry that has made Mora knives famous among Scandinavian knife enthusiasts for generations: flat, consistent, and thin enough behind the edge to produce exceptional wood carving performance, but thick enough at the spine to handle battening through branches up to the diameter of the blade length without the stress fractures that appear in thinner blades under repeated impact loading. The rubber handle fills the hand completely, provides excellent wet condition grip, and is warm enough in cold temperatures to prevent the discomfort of hard synthetic handles in sub-zero conditions. The Companion HD sits at number 3 rather than higher, because it lacks the full Tang construction of the 2 knives above it. The partial Tang, while entirely adequate for 95% of real-world use scenarios, introduces a theoretical structural weak point that full Tang construction eliminates entirely. And at the level of serious survival knife selection, theoretical weak points matter because survival situations are not 95% scenarios. Number 2, Morakniv Kansbol. Number 2 on the countdown, the Morakniv Kansbol is the knife that consistently surprises people who pick it up expecting a standard Mora and discover something that feels and performs like a significantly more expensive blade, a feeling that is not an illusion, but a direct result of Morakniv's decision to use a genuinely innovative dual grind blade geometry on a production knife at a price point that should not be able to support that level of engineering. The Kansbol's 4.4-inch blade of Sandvik 12C27 stainless steel features a compound grind, Scandi near the handle for woodworking precision, and a full flat grind toward the tip for slicing performance. That gives the knife a capability range wider than any single grind blade in the Mora lineup. What this means in practice is that the Kansbol carves feather sticks and produces clean shavings for tinder preparation with the same Scandi precision that the Companion and Bushcraft Black deliver. And then slices food, game, and cordage with a tip geometry that those same knives struggle to match because the Scandi grind produces drag and wedging on thin material slicing tasks. The rubber handle with the integrated lanyard hole and pronounced finger guard is one of the most comfortable grips in the Mora range. It fills medium to large hands perfectly, stays secure in wet conditions, and the finger guard provides a level of hand protection during aggressive forward strokes that the guardless Companion designs lack. The Kansbol also ships with a mole-compatible polymer sheath that allows multiple carry orientations, a detail that Mora has refined over several product generations to the point where their sheaths now rival dedicated aftermarket options for functionality. It sits at number 2 rather than number 1 for one reason, and one reason only. The Kansbol uses a rat tail tang rather than a full tang. And while Morakniv's rat tail construction is among the strongest in the production knife industry, and has an essentially spotless record of field reliability, the number 1 knife on this list is full tang. And in a side-by-side structural comparison, full tang wins every time. Number 1, Morakniv Garberg. And at number 1, the Morakniv that changed everything. The knife that proved once and for all that Mora could build a full tang, military-spec survival blade at a price that the rest of the industry simply cannot compete with, the Morakniv Garberg. The Garberg is Morakniv's flagship survival knife and their first ever full tang production model. And the decision to build it full tang was not a marketing choice. It was a direct response to the demands of military, law enforcement, and professional survival instructors who needed a Mora they could trust with absolute structural confidence under the most extreme field conditions imaginable. The blade is 4.3 inches of Sandvik 12C27 stainless steel, or carbon steel depending on the version. Both are excellent choices, with the stainless being the right pick for wet environments, and the carbon being the pick for people who want maximum ease of sharpening and ferro rod spark performance. With a full Scandi grind that is precisely executed to Morakniv's exacting standard and produces the same legendary woodworking performance, the brand has built its reputation on over 130 years of knife making. The full tang construction runs a continuous piece of steel from blade tip to handle, but there is no joint, no pin, no adhesive holding the business end to the handle. And that means there's no failure point that the field can exploit no matter how hard you push the knife. The Delrin handle scales are contoured, secure, and function identically in bare hand, wet hand, gloved hand, and cold weather conditions. And the steel butt cap means the pommel can be used as a hammer for tent stakes and fire starting tasks without damaging the handle. The Garberg has been adopted by multiple Scandinavian military units as an issued survival tool, the highest possible endorsement a production knife can receive. And it has passed every military field test thrown at it without a single documented structural failure. The polymer sheath is mold compatible and features a multi-position carry system that allows horizontal, vertical, and angled mounting. At around $80 to $90, the Garberg is the most expensive Mora on this list, and it is also, without any competition, the best dollar for dollar full tang survival knife available in the production knife market in 2026. Nothing at this price comes close. That is the full Morakniv ranking for 2026. The Garberg wins because it is the only full tang Mora at a price that should be impossible for what it delivers. The Kansbol is the best all-around performer for most people. The Companion HD is where you start if budget is the priority. All three are extraordinary knives, but now you know which one is right for you. Drop your Mora in the comments, hit subscribe for weekly knife reviews, and we will see you in the next one.